Hello, guys. My name is Mimi, and this is a dash of colors. Today, let's talk about my series Healing from Trauma 3. Today, I'll specifically be talking about the mind. The mind is a powerhouse of its own because it actually gives you, in reality, what you have accumulated all this while. Most of us always choose the easiest way out. I always say that the easiest way out of anything is to be negative. Trust me, I've been there, and I understand that people would rather sulk and be completely negative about some experience or about something going on in their lives, and they never ever try to look at it from a different perspective. Recently, I've actually realized that there are things in life that you cannot actually change, and there are experiences that maybe are not there to destroy. Maybe they're actually there to build, to refurbish, or to make us better people. But we tend to choose the easier way out, which is to be completely negative about whatever thing that is going on in our lives. And the mind is so powerful that whatever you feed it, it gives to you. So if you're the kind of person who is completely negative about every single thing going on in his or her life, chances are just the negative parts keep playing out. I'm not going to call this manifestation because I know that is a thing as well. But it's completely easy to worry about something and not to want to do anything about whatever thing you're obsessing over. And I know all this because I've actually had money problems for over 8 months now. And during this 8 months, what I have only done is to complain, to cry, to feel completely sorry for myself, to, I don't know, just be like that, and that is the way it is for most of us. We just want to live in that euphoria of our pain and everything. But I am learning that sometimes it's best to actually look at life from the positive perspective. I always say to myself that the universe would always take care of her own, and I know this because irrespective of what has been going on, I somehow have been able to stick around, even when the only thoughts that I had in my head was to die or to give up. But somehow I stumbled upon things that helped me redirect my focus into rebuilding and starting all over again. And that's one thing that I know that I am completely working on, because I know it is quite easy for me to feel completely overwhelmed by my problems that I do not want to look outside the box anymore. But currently, I'm actually trying and working so hard on my mind to bring my mind to a point where it is only focused on the positive energies around me, and I try to discard whatever thing that would bring any form of negative energy into my mind, because I know that my mind knows how to grab information and I need to protect it. I need to feed it with the right information. And one of the ways that I have decided to work on my mind and to work on the thoughts that I have is by meditating some minutes every day. Meditation is not as easy as people would want or people tell us that it is, especially for someone who has a mind that wanders, or someone who is already overwhelmed by a lot of negative thoughts. The thing is, once you try meditation, it would become quite hard and difficult for you, because you would notice that the first few minutes, when your eyes are completely closed, you have your mind wandering and dwelling on so many thoughts that are completely crazy and overwhelming. But the mind belongs to us, and just like every other part of our body, we need to know how to control it. And that is why we need to work on our minds, work on how we allow it be. I'm saying this because we as people are at a point where the mind is controlling us. It tells us when to be sad. It tells us when to be angry. It tells us when to love. It tells us when not to feel loved. And it tells us when we're not good enough. And it tells us when we should be miserable. And it tells us when we should be depressed. But the mind is actually a part of you. And that means that you as the person should have complete control over it. And the one of the ways you can actually ensure that you keep or put your mind in check is by training your mind. Just the same way that Christians believe in training their spirit by praying and also by meditating upon God's word. We need to train our minds. We need to feed our minds with the right kind of information. We need to learn to control it, to make it stay quiet, to make it stay chilled at some points, at different points. And then so many other exercises that you might engage your minds with to encourage it to be or to turn into a more positive thinking mind, if there's anything like that. So guys, this is exactly what I wanted to share with you. This is how far my journey has been. Meditation has been quite hard for me because I know the place I'm coming from. I know how crazy my life has been, and then it's been very difficult for me to actually stay still for more than 10 minutes, just close my eyes and then enjoy the quietness, because I usually find myself or my mind wandering about and worrying over everything. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying to train my mind. I'm going to keep reading books to train my mind. I'm going to keep meditating. I'm going to keep focusing on rebuilding and starting all over, which is one of the hardest things that I've actually come to accept. And I hope you guys are all realize that the mind is just as powerful as every other part of your body, and most of whatever thing that becomes of you, or whatever thing that your life becomes of, usually emanates from your mind. So you need to work on your mind. You need to build your mind. This is the kind of episode that I'm going to be making from now onwards, because I am absolutely on a different journey, and I want to be able to document all the process of everything that I've been going through. And I do not know if this would gain a lot of listenership, but I am hoping that I can always refer back to this as a time in my life where I really needed to grow out of a terrible traumatic experience. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you tune in the next time. Have a lovely day as always. Goodbye.